Research Plaza here at Aqua 2021, and Hans, research part of this industry has grown tremendously. So what has happened here during Aqua at the Research Plaza?
Well, you know, the sector is very research intensive, and research has always been an important part of the drive and the progress of the sector. So it's important to meet the other researchers and meet the sector here to discuss ideas, get updated, and also look at other possibilities on collaborations, as always.
Yeah, and here at Research Plaza we have many of the research institutions that are involved in aquaculture, and you're from Norse, Hans Kleivdal. What's Norse?
Norse is a new research institute in Norway. The second largest. We are a multidisciplinary research institute on climate, energy, societal aspects, and we have a good rig, so to say, to address the global challenges, because we can do that in a holistic way. And climate, environment, and sustainable use of resources is really a key also for the aquaculture business.
And on our parallel channel, the Research and Science channel, there is a session starting here today, and that's your session. What's it going to be about?
It's going to be about the necessity to develop new feed sources, because the feed today is really about 75 or 80% of the climate footprint of the sector, but it's also the biggest cost factor. So we need to develop new and more sustainable feed resources. That's actually a key to the growth of the sector, and also for the development of also maybe a new sector in Norway.
Yeah, it can be huge, and I talked to the junior fishery minister Trine Danielsen just earlier, and she was very optimistic that researchers like yourself and the industry together will solve and handle this challenge.
Absolutely, and I think that the research on feed alternatives should be boosted, actually, because that's really, as I said, doing the 80% of the climate footprint, and that's where we can make a change. If we want to really make an impact, we need to look at the new feed resources based on circular economy principles, based on maybe microorganisms utilizing CO2, and thereby taking down the footprints significantly.
Some thought that the algae or seaweed could solve the feed issue in the aquaculture sector. What's your thoughts on that?
Algae is a very interesting feed ingredient for cattle, for instance, or for swine. For the salmon, it's a lot of carbohydrates, but there are some interesting aspects. But the volumes we need is more on the protein. So it's really about sustainable protein development. And that can come from microorganisms, lower trophic sources in the marine environment, for instance.
So your research is on actually making more feed from microorganisms and CO2?
Yeah, making more feed from microorganisms, utilizing CO2 and utilizing waste streams, like, for instance, fish sludge. That can also be a nutrient source in these new production ways.
Yeah, and CO2 is a problem, so if we can make it into nice little pellets, that could solve two issues. It would be a circular economy.
Yes, and more importantly, it's actually could be an important step towards climate neutral salmon.
Do you think this is far away?
We are, and well, several of the research institutes are involved in testing these almost climate neutral feeds, and they're very promising. And it's about scale, it's about volumes, it's about the price, and of course the regulations, which are today very made for linear production value chains. We need to make them fit the new circular value chains.
Very interesting topics, and feed is really very exciting to follow on the research side, and you have to follow the Research and Science channel. Lots of interesting stuff going there. Thank you very much, Hans.
Thank you.